Hey Mike, how you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you this morning?
I am great, enjoying the sunshine for sure, Mike. So thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me. I'm so excited to have this fun and casual conversation and let people know who you are and what you do.
All right.
All
Well,
right,
I could tell them what I do, and I could tell them who I am.
awesome. Well, let's jump in. I've got some questions for you.
All
So
right.
let's start with, instead of the what, tell me why. Why do you do what you do, Mike?
Well, I've only been at this for like 47, 48 years, and so I'm still waiting for my career path to develop. So I keep saying that, and I do it every year, 1 year at a time. And the fact is, I do it because I love to go to work. I love what I'm doing, and I was just lucky. Back in 1974, I got out of school, UWM, and I just decided to start a construction company. And every year it has been interesting. It's been fun. It's been a challenge. But I'm one of the lucky people who I don't dread going to work. I look forward to going to work. And so I have a challenging business,
Mhm.
but the rewards have been wonderful. So
That's awesome.
I do this because I love to.
That's awesome. So now tell me about the what. What is it that you actually do, Mike?
Well, back in '74, I started this company, Milwaukee Lawn Sprinkler Corp. And the idea was that and I'd learned a little bit during college. I was working for a company, working full-time through college, and the company sold irrigation equipment. So I had a kind of a dual education. I was at UWM, but at the same time, I was learning about irrigation. So I started this construction company with one employee, and all we did was install tiny little sprinkler systems. And then we also did service work for the distributor. So I got lucky, and then I had all kinds of work. So what do we do? Milwaukee Lawn Sprinkler is in a landscape related business. We design, install, and service landscape irrigation systems throughout Southeast Wisconsin. That could be somebody's tiny little backyard, or it could be an enormous site like a Uline building, where it is, 3/4 of a mile long and thousands of sprinkler heads. Or how about this? We installed the sprinkler system at Miller Park.
Awesome.
And we continue to maintain that as well.
Awesome. So you had to have them up and ready for yesterday's big home opener, right?
Yeah, actually, it's that thing has been up and running for quite a while. In fact, in the middle of winter, would you believe, they asked us to turn on the sprinkler system because the moisture content of the soil became too dry, and they literally were watering in the middle of winter just to get the turf, keep the turf in the right state, so it would look like it did yesterday.
That's super cool. That's super cool. So hey, tell me, is there any like cool tech happening in your industry?
It started a couple of years ago, and the irrigation industry adopted smart controllers. So we now have a cloud-based system where the Hunter company is the company we use, the Hunter HydroWise. These irrigation controllers are just wonderful. We install these things, we program them just like any other controller, but then the customer has got an app on their phone, and they can program, turn on their sprinkler system or change the program. They could be in Paris, they could be on the Eiffel Tower, and they could operate their sprinkler system.
That's amazing.
Not only it is really neat. In fact, on my phone, because we're the vendor, we're the contractor, I've got probably 150 customers, their programs on my phone. So I could go in and change the programs right here while we're sitting here. Okay. The other neat thing about these controllers is they are in tune with weather stations. So there's a GPS to this controller, and these controllers take weather data from the surrounding areas, and it will in advance change the program in advance of a weather event. So rather than having just a rain sensor that gets wet, turns the sprinkler system off, now we have controllers that are going to change their program in advance of rain this afternoon or tomorrow. It'll change things. So this has really been a revolutionary addition to our business. One other thing too is, as I said about the clock and the controller on my phone, well, it means also on our laptops. We have people here at Milwaukee Lawn Sprinkler that are monitoring and managing irrigation systems for people remotely. So if we have a customer who lives in Chicago and this is their summer lake home, we can know what's going on, change the program from our office to accommodate the change in weather, change of conditions, without sending somebody out there, or without the person in Chicago who's not going to come back to see their home for a month, wondering what's going on. So we are now in the monitoring business as well.
Wow, that is all cool stuff. So you obviously have a team. You have a lot of great people that are working for you and getting all of this done. So kind of tell me, Mike, what is it I can help you with today?
Well, you know, you alluded to it, people. I have wonderful people. I have a family members, son and daughter, my son Paul, my daughter Chris. But like any other business that's growing, we're looking for people, and this has been a difficult recruiting spring. Construction is very busy. Everybody who's capable of swinging a hammer or using a shovel is working somewhere. So, you know, in your network and my network, we're still looking for a few good men and women to join our construction crew, join our service department. Luckily, we just got two wonderful people hired in the office, but it's always a job to keep hiring good people.
Awesome. We will definitely get the word out. You guys have a great organization. People would be lucky and happy to work with you. So let's end on a fun note, Mike, okay? I've got one final question for you and we will wrap up our chat. So will you share something with me fun that's on your bucket list?
Well, it just so happens I'm trying to buy a boat. I've had boats for years, and this year I decided to buy a new boat, a ski boat for my grandchildren. So who they tube and they water ski to replace my old boat that's worn out. Well, you can't buy a boat right now. There aren't any. Everything's sold. So the frustrating part and the fun part is I thought I would have a new boat on my pier by now, and I don't have anything. I might have one by the end of summer, but and I really am disappointed because you know we live on Okachi Lake and we enjoy the lake tremendously. We're missing that right now.
Right. So you got to get yourself a boat, and a canoe won't do it.
We have kayaks, we have a wave runner, we have a pontoon boat. That's all good, but we need something to pull those girls behind the boat on their tube or their skis.
That's awesome. All right. Well, there's another ask. So people will see this and maybe they have an option for you and it can help you find your boat before the end of the summer.
Sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mike.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks.